Ready to love. Are they ready for relationships or situationships?
Hey, Chat Suite family. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to click that notification bell, hit the subscribe button. Today, we are talking about one of our favorite subjects, which is reality TV. Now, you guys know on the Chat Suite, we are going to talk about everything. Health, wellness, food, fashion, beauty. We're going to throw that finances in. We haven't forgotten about it. We have to. I'm sorry. We love reality TV. Shani and I, we love it. So we want to talk about
a guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure for us. We love it. We are, and we love one of the shows that's come back for the season, Ready to Love. So for the family and anybody out there that didn't see it this past Friday, we wanted to give you guys a little scoop, tell you what happened, tell you who went bye-bye. But it was good. So we're falling in love with this show.
We really love the cast. It's like the people are so, to me, it's like they're more down to earth and like real women, real men, as opposed to the previous seasons. And that's just my opinion. What do you think? Would you agree with that, Bev?
Shani, I agree with you. Like, this really seems like a lot of people are getting evenly yoked. I mean, if they don't, I'm going to really be sad in the end, because it seems like so many potentials are happening right now.
Right?
So, yeah, we are super excited. So again, for anyone that didn't see it this week, we want to get you caught up. There was a lot of different situations that happened that spoke to what's going on seriously every day throughout dating, relationships, really just how people are interacting with one another. In this week's episode, they talked about everything that was relatable to relationships on every level, just getting to know somebody, sometimes in a marriage. Like, they talked about secrecy, vulnerability, transparency, baggage, abstinence from intimacy during the courting phase. They hit on everything. I mean, the episode wasn't so much of, like, it was a little, just a little, it wasn't like a super exciting episode, but all the topics that they sort of touched on was just so good. I was like, wow, like, this is amazing that they're hitting all this and really like kind of diving into seeming like they really want a relationship, these individuals that are on this show this time.
It does seem that way. It does seem that way from the connections that they showed. Either like with the David and Liz, and then Ron and Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, the difference in the dating, like David and Stacy's date compared to Liz and David's date. So just to give you guys a little bit of, again, like we said, we was gonna give you a little bit of feedback in case you missed it this week. So Liz and David went on a date, and they went on an exercise date. And actually, what I thought, just a little bit when he walked in, she said he was a litlittle late, but just the way she sort of came off to him, I thought was a little bit more.
I know, like a little off-putting, right? Like, she should have been more, it's your first, even though maybe he was late.
Right.
Let that slide. Don't start the date off with something negative. That's what that was a little different for me too. But then to me, that comes to the fact that maybe she wasn't like into him in the first place,
Yeah.
That's what it made. That's the vibe it gave me.
Right.
How she was acting.
Yeah. And then remember, even when she spoke about when they were exercising, I guess she thought she was being funny. Everybody has different humor. She's like, be careful because you're older than me. And I was thinking, like, what are you talking about? Like, I mean, she was on one, right? Yeah, definitely. Right. So, which made me think, like you said, do you really want to be on this date with him or not? Right. So Liz and David had a date. Amber and Chris had a date, and they had a boxing date. And that was cute. Would you say that was cute, Shot? You like that?
Yes, I think, like you said, they were doing it some untraditional things on first dates, which I thought was really fun. I like that.
Yeah. So that was another thing. I'm glad you brought that up, because one thing this episode showed, which I guess a lot of times they try to do, but this episode really showed them on a lot of different fun activity dates.
Right.
So it wasn't just the normal, we're going to the movies, we're going out
to dinner. Right.
They added and so I like that, because if that's the way people are dating right now, that's positive. You know,
I agree. I like that. I like dates like that because I'm a fun girl. I like games and all that stuff. So I was all over that Ron and Chrysanthemum's day. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
right. I love that. So that was great. So like you said, so Amber and Chris, they had a date at a boxing match where they really seemed to get a connection. She opened up to him about the fact that she was really a DA, just not an attorney. Right. And he was really happy about the fact that she had shared her history and she's been adopted, and then kind of met up with a sister that she didn't know she had.
Right, exactly. Right. She hadn't seen since they were separated when she was 5 and the sister was 7. So I guess she had met her before, but she hadn't connected with her since then.
There you go.
So yes, yep. And they had a similar story because what Chris was saying, that because his father had some other children that he had never met, so he met up with some of his siblings that he had never met before. So that was cool. They had that connection. That was cool.
I like that connection with them too. And then, so then Ron and Chrysanthemum, is it Chrysanthemum? I always get her name wrong.
Well, like I said, that is the flower, is the chrysanthemum. Yes. But they keep saying chrysanthemum. So, but the flower is chrysanthemum. The way it's spelled, the way they have it spelled on the thing under her name is chrysanthemum. Like
it's chrysanthemum. That's her name, because she said that, I believe, in that first episode. She was saying she was saying that people always get it wrong and everything. Oh, so, yeah, I think that's her name. So, but her and Ron had a date, and he came up as swinging as a contender for her, and like she said, it threw her for a loop because she's like, wow, I didn't think this guy was, going to be somebody, but he walked in, she thought he was looking good and handsome, and then they had a great date. She opened up and was vulnerable to him about wanting really a traditional relationship,
right?
Having a gentleman that was a leader, a provider, and was there for her in that way. So as Shani and I were talking in this particular episode, what they kind of showed was more traditional way of dating and a more modern way of dating, like the way people are dating now. So a little bit different, but they show both of them. I mean, what do you think about that?
So I agree with that, because in the situation, David and Liz, they have a more, to me, they could establish a more traditional, their expectations were more traditional, like the old school couple type of thing, how they were, wanting to weigh, both of them believed in abstaining from. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I hear y'all, that's good. And they were talking about how, when David when he was with, what's the other girl, Stacy, he was saying how, and he feels as though in a marriage or committed, strong, like marriage, he said marriage, because he's ready for marriage. Yeah. He was open about that.
Right.
And it was nice to hear. And so he was saying that, he doesn't feel like there should be any secrecy, not necessarily no privacy, but, we're together. We should know what each other know, the behind the scenes things about us, the social media thing. And what's the name?
Stacey.
Stacey was like, no, she wasn't feeling that. But when he got with Liz, she was like, I agree with that. She said, because in my household, that's how I grew up. My parents knew, everything. It was no secrets between the husband and wife. And I thought that was refreshing.
Right.
How they shared a vulnerability with each other too. Like when David was saying how he just wants, in other words, I'm going to paraphrase what he said, but it's like he just wants to love and be loved in return. And he doesn't want nobody to just walk out on him like, before. And so as they shared that moment, and he felt comfortable enough to share that with her. And that just really touched me. I was like, oh, I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for them because he felt comfortable in that space. And sometimes, a lot of times, men don't feel, and he expressed that, comfortable enough to share something really deep with the woman, because they may look at them,
judge them,
right? Or say, oh, you weak, or but Liz just took that in. They both were, they both had tears in their eyes when they were sharing.
They did.
I was like, oh.
And one of the things he said I thought was so interesting is when he said, about having a mate that works as a safe space for you as well, because you should be able to talk to your mate. And like you said, not feel like it's any level of judgment, be yourself, open up. And all those things are true.
Yes.
And I mean, I just love that about him. I was like, Liz, if you're not for him, I know somebody that is. So Liz, you better snatch up David. So
I think that's the contender. Those two are, I think they're gonna make it to the end. Because even when Stacey, remember how they wanted to eliminate him, and Liz was like, I don't care what she said. That did not affect my view of him.
Right.
That,
because she realized the connection she had when they were talking with one another. So again, so Chris and Amber went on the boxing date. Chrysanthemum and what's his name?
Ron.
Detroit,
they went on Detroit, right? He's originally from Detroit.
Right. So they went on the fun activity date, as well as AJ and Jason. They had a double date with the girls.
Yes,
they went out with Alexis Fly, and they went out with Liz was on that date as well. Right. So Liz was dating all over this week. Liz was getting in with everybody.
No, Liz is cool.
Has a good time.
She got a nice personality, right?
She does. She really has a really nice, genuine, inviting personality. And which on that date, AJ spoke to that about how she made him feel so comfortable, and she made him feel like she really had a really engaging personality that he felt comfortable with. And so that was nice. And David, because she seems so genuine.
She does. Yes. And he said you can feel her, the goodness. Now, somebody says that about you, that's like, whoa. I know she's seeing that now. She's like, oh my goodness, that's really something to say that. To be able to have somebody say that about you, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So it was really good this week. We had Joelle and Venetia. They had a really wonderful date where they had a breakfast. He did a brunch for her, and they had an amazing connection too, just about the fact that they had the children in common. And of course, he's lost his wife. He's a widower. And so she found comfort in him because she loved a man that had been through something.
Yep.
And she said, that spoke to her in a different way. So it's just so interesting what women want, what men want, what they need, what they're looking for in a mate. This episode, family, it gave it all to us. Like, they talked about everything. So as we, everybody was out dating and everything. Our girl Alexis Flash, she went on a date. Yeah, but so she was on a date with Jason.
So we got
it was sort of interesting. So I think
Jason's not feeling her. I don't think maybe he can't get past the fact that he used to coach a child.
Yeah, because he said that too. He said it's really hard for me to put in perspective that someone who was, one of the parents, now I'm kind of dating them. And so I know that's like a little bit for him to get past. She's Alexis, we love you, Alexis Fly, but a little bit, you're moving on the guys, and she kind of seems like she doesn't, she's standing for what she believes in and stuff, and she's just letting people know who she is. But I guess, again, you
slow down just a little bit, sis. I think she just slow down, sis. Right. Just a little bit.
Keep your demeanor as a lady, always. Right. And so, just I wish you just like I said, we yet to see what's going to happen and how it'll turn out. So it should be so interesting and who actually finishes the race and has that wonderful connection. But this episode, like I said, it was kind of monotone in just its delivery, but a lot of great information in it as it relates to relationships and things like that. And they hit on a lot of different stuff. So we were excited about this one. And as anybody could have imagined, as we were predicting, just really already off the top, family, Troy
is not our boy.
Troy is not our boy. Too many kisses, too many promises, too many trips already on the schedule, and you don't even know anybody. So we love you, Troy, but you should have slowed it down too. Should have reeled it in, because ladies, you can't say
they were feeling him because he just there was a look of like thirsty, you're too thirsty, desperate, just too much. Team too much. Just
kissing everybody on the head, looking everybody up and down. And he might not even be like that, because remember he said, it taught him what he was saying. He got a lesson out of it, like what
what not to do next time, what not to do, right?
And, you can imagine, you kind of going on the show, you're trying to have your best self come through, and you're trying to have your swagger come through as a man and not look like you're nervous and scared. But sometimes that's just a little bit too much for women, and especially women who are really looking to, like I say, you really on here, you got maybe, if they're serious, they're really looking for somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe, do you think maybe it was because of his age? And to me, and I don't know, it seems as though the men are, well, not all of them, because Jason's only 36, but it seems like the men are older and the women are younger.
Okay.
Maybe he was self-conscious about that, because he is like the oldest guy, because they don't have any. Yeah, he was 51.
Okay.
Else, no, the oldest I think is like 47. Well, that's 47, 51.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the oldest person is like 47 or 45. I think that Dedrick, oh, that's my boy right there. I can't wait till when they go show my Dedrick, the chef.
Oh, right. Yes,
but I'm wondering if that was why he was trying to just go and act like that. Maybe.
Never know. Yeah, because that and older guy with a lot of the younger women, it could that right. Yeah. Like, let me push myself out there and
right.
Yeah. It could. Wondering. I know. But Troy, we hope you find love too, because I'm sure you're a wonderful man, and there's a woman out there for you as well. But yeah, so this week was really good. Again, one of the two of the things that we were talking about that really resonated with us was that vulnerability with Liz and David. And like I said, David's delivery and their conversation and their dinner was packed with so much good, just genuine conversation. I wish we could have heard that whole conversation, like
the unedited version, right? Yeah.
I don't cut any of that out, because we were going to see everything they were saying, but we're really rooting for them. They seem like they have a really great connection. They're on the same wavelength for what they are interested in. Abstinence, wanting to make sure that they are both aligned. Nobody's concerned about secrecy, privacy. We're going to talk about all of that on some other episodes, because like I said, they hit on some good stuff where secrecy, privacy, social media, what are you talking about? Like David said, if I'm married and we have this genuine connection, why are we even talking about a telephone? Right. Why are we talking about a social media? And we're talking about our relationship. What do I care about you looking at my Instagram and you looking at my Facebook and you're my husband and you're what are you talking about? I'm sorry, like Stacey, I don't know. Maybe she had somebody that was really up on her in the worst way. And so, that's a roadblock for her when you start talking about that, because she felt that was a controlling space. So maybe she's had somebody in her life, do
that, go behind her back, and just always asking her or stalking her, not stalking, but just always checking behind her because of being suspicious or something. I don't know. And
using it as a control mechanism in some sort of way. Because again, when you enter into this marriage, I don't understand being under the same roof, laying down next to somebody every night, and I'm the one that to death do us part. So I can be this part of your life, and I can be in your face, and we're intimate, and we are with each other every day. And if something happens to you if you get sick, I'm the one taking care of you through the good, the bad, the ugly.
But I don't know your password.
If you die, I'm going to make your funeral arrangements, but I don't know your password. Talk about. You want a marriage or you want a friend? Which one do you want?
Or look like a situationship, right?
That's right.
I can see that in a situationship. Oh no, we're not sharing nothing like that.
Right, but but you're married.
Ooh,
I don't know what I just didn't get that. Maybe she will expound on that a little bit more. I'm hoping to see some more conversation about that in another episode, or maybe to the side where we can really see where Stacey was coming from. I understand it. Stacey, if you're listening to this, that's not where you're coming from. We want to understand it. We want to know.
I know.
I want to know. So I want to know. But tell Shadi, I know you had another couple that you really love this episode. Which one did you really love?
Oh, Chrysanthemum and Ron. It's not that I really love them, but I just thought that it was interesting that just from the previous, two or three episodes prior, I would not have thought that they would have had the connection that they did and have the same viewpoints, because Chrysanthemum was like, she wants, a traditional marriage. She's ready to settle down and be where her man was going to take care of her. And she's going to be it looks like she'll be the housewife or something. I don't know. But then, and Ron, when he was in his little confessional, he was repeating what had transpired through the day. He was like, I thought he was going to say, that's not, she wants something traditional. I thought he was going to be like, nah, I ain't traditional. But he was like, I'm ready for that too. We have a similar interest. And I was like, okay, Ron.
No,
surprised me a little bit. I was really surprised by that. But I hope that they make, they get that connection and see if they can go further with that, with their
connection.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Because I'm with you. That totally came out of left field to me. I was super surprised. I was like, Ron and Chrysanthemum. I was like, wow, I didn't see that coming at all.
I did not either.
She was really but there's some funny, because remember, he was like, she was his number one and number two, like right
from the very beginning, first 2 days. That's what he said. Yeah.
Like I said, I was thinking like I need to like go back and look at these episodes because I just didn't pick that up at all. That he had his eye like on her in that way.
Maybe he's shy because I think because to me, I thought he was gonna be one of the ones that were gonna leave early. You know,
me too.
Like even before Troy, because of how it's just he wasn't really saying much, or you know, I didn't even see the connections that he had made. But I know it's probably the editing too. But we just they didn't show that. But yeah, I didn't get to make any connections with anybody.
I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with that, Shadi. But yeah, this was good. It pulled out some information that we are going to evaluate, chat family, coming up in our upcoming episodes. So just stay tuned. All right, chat sweet family, you heard it from us. You heard it from Shani and I. We talked about one of our favorites, Ready to Love. These couples that falling in love on there, finding these connections. We're super excited for them. We're going to keep watching it week to week until we see who comes out as the leading couple, the winning couple in this whole. We hope it's like 3 or 4, right?
It's supposed to be the final three.
Oh, the final 3. Oh, right.
Yeah, it's only 3.
Right. So we're rooting for them. We think they're gonna do it this time. Unless somebody does a little okie doke coming up. Now we don't know what's gonna happen because this masquerade ball looked tricky.
I know the previews of that were like, wow. And then, oh my goodness, I can't wait till next week though.
Yeah, this masquerade. I was like, Chrysanthemum, don't mess up with Ron. Right? At this masquerade ball because who was AJ was swinging somebody around. I don't know who that was. I know Chrysanthemum and Stacy was like they were having a good time.
Frat. They called them. They said they were freaking frat. They was best friends. I was like, okay, they must have known each other beforehand. I don't know. But,
right. So this should be interesting. So
yes.
But thank you all for stopping by. We enjoyed that. Like I said, we wanted to come in quick and give us our review on one of our favorite reality shows. Like I said, periodically we want to do this. You know, we think it's fun. We love it. We love our reality. So we just want to like kind of throw our information in from the Timeless Woman's perspective. Let you all know how because we checking in on these shows as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And who you got? What couples do you think should make it to the end? Leave us a message in the chat. Let us know. We want to know who you're rooting for too. So it's exciting. All right. Again, thanks for stopping by, chat family. We'll talk to you all next time in the chat suite. Bye.